This is Ted at Windy Hill Farm. This is Rodney. He's an 8-year-old quarter horse paint grade gelding. He's 15 3/2. We've had him here in our schooling program for several months. He's done very well. This horse has no vices. He's in perfect health. He's had a good home every day of his life. We started this horse when he was young, 2-3 years old, for a lady. She brought him here for us and we put the start on, and she's had him all these years, and she called me here a while back and some things changed in her life and she needed to sell this horse, and I bought him back. And he's been a very nice horse for us to work with. He has no vices. He's perfect healthy. And he's a nice, big, stout, good feet. Now here's the bit we use. That's a 3-piece. We call it a dog bone, but some folks call it a French link. But we have those available here if you need one. That's about the softest, most forgiving bit that we can find. We ride our horses with softness and feel. We also have that available in a curb. Robert's done a very nice job with this horse. He's had no episodes of any misbehavior or unreliability. The good news is he had a really good start as a young horse, and he wasn't overtrained as a young horse, which causes a lot of problems down the road. But you know, when he was young, he was brought along at his own pace, so you're not going to have any of that arthritic, navicular kind of stuff that goes on when the horses have been trained by trainers that kind of pound on them a little harder than they need to at a young age. The lady that owned him, when she had him schooled here, she took him home and she had a baby and got to where she couldn't ride anymore, so he had a lot between the ages of 3 and 6, let's say. He had a lot of time off. He lived on the gravy train, let's say it. But we ride our horses in a classical, traditional fashion, off the aids, our seat and legs. So our horses do very well in English. This horse would be great for schooling level dressage, entrance level dressage. If you wanted a horse that you could take lessons off of and go trail riding, and he'd be ideal. A good size. Rodney's easy to get along with. He gets along good in the pasture, and he's easy to catch and handle. His ground manners are impeccable. We like to canter our horses right out of a walk. I feel that's proper. We ride our horses where they will guide and go where you look. Ride with feel and softness. We spend a lot of time with our horses outside. We want to work all the gaits off their back. We want the horses to be very usable and very safe. We ride our horses in a more workmanlike fashion and be very practical in our horsemanship. I'd invite you to our website, windyhillfarm.net or handyhorseman.com, where there's hundreds of horsemanship videos that help coach you along to do this kind of stuff right here. There's a lot more to horsemanship than just climbing on a horse's back. When we do these obstacles, the theme of it is more to teach that horse to say yes and teach him how to manage his fear and to eliminate resistance. We want that horse to be very obedient and trusting. But as we all know, for him to trust us, we for sure have to be trustworthy people. So we don't want to get him in trouble, and we don't want him to get him to where he thinks he has to take care of himself. So that's the hundreds of hours that we spend to prepare these horses for folks. It's things like this, teaching them to say yes, not to say no. I'd recommend this horse for a timid rider or a beginner rider. He's fearless on the trails. He's out in the woods good. He's traffic safe. We've had him to the bike trail a lot, and the joggers and the hikers and the bikers and the dogs on the leashes and everything. He does very well. We school our horses on the side of a hill. It's about a 10 or 15 degree slope. I feel that really encourages the horses to be balanced, sure-footed. We work with a lot of people that do trail obstacle classes and cowboy challenges and things like that. These horses do very well at it. All the hard work's been done. We've got guinea fowl and bantam chickens and geese and dogs and machinery and things around here, so our horses are very receptible and good to about any kind of commotion you're going to run across. You see in the background my guineas. This horse is used to being in the stall, or he's used to being outside. We take him in and out. We don't blanket our horses, so he haired up for the winter and is taking good care of himself all winter. Doesn't have any shoes on. His feet are nice and tough. We spend a lot of time on these trot pulls. I think it's just very important that a horse learn to organize their feet and connect their mind to their feet. We train these horses' mind before their bodies, get them ready to learn, get them relaxed. We want all our horses to back off the trailer. So we've got them prepared for any kind of trailer. Slant load or side loads or straight loads or ramp loads. This is how we want to do it, just like this. There you go. We spend a lot of time here on the gotcha pole. We feel it's a very good exercise to school a horse on the aids. Robert's riding one-handed there. Robert and I were just talking that we started this colt this horse when he was a colt, 2-3 years old, and at his age now, he didn't forget a thing. It's just amazing to me how they retain a good foundation their whole life. So when you can ride that circle, you're an operator. You've earned my respect. Very good. We approach our horsemanship in a workmanlike fashion, just like this. While we're here, Robert, just pick his feet up, will you? Rodney stands good for the farrier. He's got good feet. He's up to date on all his vaccinations, deworming. Feet are in good shape. Just had his teeth checked. The teeth are in perfect shape. He's in the prime of his life, ready to go to work. All our horses here will hobble tie. picket line tied, camp, no problem. Does very well in the grooming area for clipping and bathing, no problems. This horse does not have one vice that I can tell you about. He's got good solid feet. He's what I would call a well-ridden horse, a well-prepared horse. It should serve somebody very nicely. We work a lot with our horses in Liberty. Really is, I think, an important thing to have connection and engagement with a horse. This horse here, if you took the time, you could get him cantering in both directions and everything at Liberty. We just haven't really taken the time to do that yet. But I think this is a very good exercise for somebody to form a relationship with their horse. See how Robert draws him back in. This is Ted at Windy Hill Farm. I encourage you to go to our website, windyhillfarm.net, or to our other website, handyhorseman.com. We ship horses all over the United States. We'll trade. If you have one to trade, give me a call and we'll talk about it. Once again, visit handyhorseman.com or windyhillfarm.net.